Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to this live DIY project. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm using my son's AirPods today. Try to get some better sound for these videos, so any feedback you have for that would be great. Today, the project I'm working on is our Chalk Couture transfer of the month. So this is a subscription club that you can join, and every month you get a different transfer that's 8 by 11 inch size, and then you'll also get 3 coordinating chalk paste single packets. So I just got mine in the mail a day or two ago, and I'm excited to use it for the first time because I love this one. So if you are here, if you're watching, let me know that you're here. And I'm just going to share this to our VIP group, if I can work this technology here. Awesome. Okay. VIPs, if you're on and you're watching this, let me know too. It sure is windy out today in Edmonton. I don't know if you're watching from somewhere else in Alberta. Let me know. Let me know what the weather is like for you, if it's super windy and blustery today too. All right. So when you get your transfer, keep this plastic packaging that it's in. It's a great way to store it. Keep it safe and keep it flat and not bent, but we don't need that for now. And hold on a second. Technology. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I am using this frame. Now, this is a reusable surface with a white finish, kind of like a chalkboard. And you can put your design on it and you can wash it off and redo it whenever you feel like it. So you can leave it on for a long time. This one I've had on for several months. I've started washing it off, but I didn't want to wash it all the way off without showing you how it works, because it's pretty amazing that you can just clean it and reuse it. So all I did was use either a damp cloth or a wet wipe, like a disinfectant wipe, and then you just start to scrape and rub the chalk paste off. And I can't see any comments right now, so I'm going to keep trying, but just keep commenting. Let me know if you're watching. Let me know that you're here, and I will hopefully be able to figure out technology. Okay, there we go. Be able to. All right, I made it work. Hooray. So hopefully I can see your comments now if you're saying hello, so please do. I love chatting with you guys while I'm working on my projects and not just talking to myself the whole time. So once you've got this mostly wiped off, sometimes it looks like you can kind of still see a shadow of the design that was there. So for that, we have our board eraser. This is like a round little spongy guy. Get it wet, and then it just takes off any little shadow of a design that was there. I love this thing. This is one of my favorite tools. I always have a couple because I find that I just can't craft as well without them, and they're perfect for cleaning transfers as well. So, and then I just want to use a towel and dry it off. You can find these on my website, these frames. I believe this is the Odette board, is the name of this one with this interesting frame shape. Comes in different sizes, and if you go on my website and under shop, you would click the tab that says surfaces, and then you can narrow it down by clicking the ones that say framed surfaces, and then you'll find these ones in the different sizes. Okay, so now that that is all cleaned off, we've got a clean slate, and we're ready to chalk. So before I start doing that, I'm going to peel this off of the backing. Keep the backing. You're going to want to put it back on there later. And then I'm just going to fuzz it. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. I've got our fuzzing cloth, and I'm going to lay the sticky side of the transfer down and then gently peel it off and pick off any large fuzzes. But I just want to add a little bit of lint to the back so that it's not super sticky and difficult to peel off of the board. So when you have a brand new transfer like this, you're going to need to do it quite a few times, and you'll notice that as you pull it off of the cloth, it's less and less sticky. And if you don't have a fuzzing cloth, you can just use a bath towel or a dish towel, whatever you have that's going to just be able to add a little lint. Sometimes in a pinch, you can even use your shirt. I've done that before. Okay, so that is good. So now I've done this, and I know other people have. Check the back to see where the hanger is. You put your design on, and then you go to hang it up, and you realize you put it on upside down. That's kind of a bummer. So check that pro tip right there. All right, so now I'm gonna line this up on the board. This one fits actually pretty nicely, and you could even add some extra details if you wanted to. But I like the shape of this board because it's just got a bit more of an intricate frame, and I think it would look really nice in a country kitchen, or if you want a little bit of that rustic farmhouse vibe. So smoothing it out, making sure there's no air bubbles, no bumps. Okay, so when you, as a club member, when you get this in the mail, the 3 colors that you're going to get are the shimmer copper, our black velvet, and you're going to get a sage green color. I don't have the sage green, but I also am a fan of blue, so I'm going to use colonial blue. And so because this has so many different words on it, you can kind of choose what to do in which colors, or if you want to keep it simple, you could do it all in the same color and just do the rooster in a different color, something like that. So, I mean, you have lots of ways that you can use this. And then you can also just take a section and do this on something else. You wouldn't have to do the whole thing. So I love the versatility of this design. Not only is it super cute on its own, but you can also kind of piece it out, add it to other transfer designs, and you can just do so much with it. So I love that. I love getting a lot of bang for my buck in my transfers because I can use it over and over and over again that way. So I'm going to start out with black. And make sure your squeegee is dry, because if it's a little bit wet, it will water down your paste and then you could have some bleeding. Okay. What I'm going to do is similar to the example that you can see on the month Chalk Couture, Club Couture video for this month, is these little details I'm going to do in copper, and this will do in copper as well. And then I'm going to do Enjoy Family Time and Say Please in the blue. And I think if you have trouble deciding which parts to do in different colors, try to pick fonts that are the same. So Say Please and Enjoy Family Time are the same color, so same font. So it makes sense to do both of these in the same color, or if you wanted to do maybe like eat your vegetables and clean up after yourself, these are also the same font. So it would make sense to choose those to do in the same color as well. Okay, so I'm gonna start, I think, upside down here. So I'm gonna start with give thanks. And eat your vegetables. And I'm skipping this one because I'm going to do that in the blue later. Okay, now, yeah, we'll just keep going here. Do this big chunk. Okay, keep going. Okay, I'm gonna go only that far for now, and then what I'm gonna do is peel this up, but I'm gonna leave this part intact. I'm not gonna peel up the top part, but I just wanna peel this much up so far because I don't want the paste to start drying and then get stuck in the silk screen and peel up with the transfer. So I'm just gonna peel that up, and I'm gonna dry this part with my heat gun before I do the other words. And to protect my transfer from getting too hot from the heat gun, I'm just going to place this backing in front of it, and then the heat won't affect it. So now you could also just let this air dry, but just to speed things up, I'm going to use this. So it doesn't take much to dry. And while I'm at it, I just see a little bit of a spot where it kind of bled, and I'm going to take my detail tool and just scrape that little part off. So because this is a reusable surface, it's really easy to clean up any bleeding or any mistakes. So that's a nice thing about this board too. And then my heat gun's really hot, so the surface is really hot. So I'm just gonna dry this, or sorry, just gonna wave this around to cool it off a little bit faster. I don't want to put the transfer down when the board is hot, because you could still melt the adhesive on the back of your transfer. Okay, still, yeah, that worked pretty well. Okay, so now it's easy to lay this back down and do the parts that I haven't done yet, because I left the top part of the transfer sticking, so it just basically goes right back down in the exact spot that it was before. So it's not hard to line it up, and I'm going to press down the parts that I haven't done yet, just to make sure that they're all smoothed out, no air bubbles, like that. Okay. Okay, so moving on to our colonial blue. This is one of my favorite colors, and copper. So for the copper, I'm going to use going to use my multi-tool because it has a smaller end on it and it'll make it a little bit easier. And I'm getting really low on my copper shimmer. Just gotta mix it up a bit. It's good to mix your paste every time you use it. Just mix it up before you use it. Just give enough pressure to make sure that you're getting the paste through the silk screen. Got a little bit of black on there. Wipe that off. Get some more. So if you want this transfer, it's exclusive only to Club Couture members. You can't order it from the catalog on the website. And so you can get this when you subscribe to Club Couture in August. So you have until the end of August to subscribe, and then you will get this one in the mail. This one has been a super popular one. Lots of people are using this one and excited to use it and thinking up really cool different ways to use it too. Okay, so that's, oh, I have one more copper, but I'm afraid this is going to dry. It's a little bit, because my copper is a little old, so it's a little dry. I'm just going to peel it up right now so it doesn't dry in the silk screen before I move on to the next one. Okay, it's very hot. Wow. Okay. See how easy it is? Just to peel it up, let it dry, lay it back down, and then move on to the next color. So that's it's a really easy technique to use, and then you don't have to try to go super, super fast. You can take your time. I think this blue and copper is so nice together. I love the contrast of those two colors. Okay, getting closer. Let me know what you think of this one. And if you had this transfer, what colors would you do it in? What colors match your kitchen? You could just coordinate with that. If you have lots of red accents in your kitchen, then having a red rooster on here would look really cool. And some of the words being in red. Okay, so that's all done. It's just this top part, so I could lay it back down and then move on to the last couple details. I'm gonna do the black first for kitchen rolls. Getting very low on my copper here. Okay. Voila! There we go. There is the August Club Couture transfer of the month. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one. Does it suit your style, or are you more modern and maybe you would leave the rooster out of this and you put something else in there? I've got one little spot to clean up. Use my board eraser to get where I marked it up there with my finger. And that's that. Okay, well, oh, look, I got a whole bunch of blue on there too. I do tend to get a little messy. It's a good thing this is washable. The chalk paste is very washable as well, but semi-permanent. So this is going to stay on as long as you want it to. It won't come off until you just add a little bit of moisture and pressure, and then you can change it up. So you can have something new in your kitchen, decorate for the seasons. I love the flexibility of this frame. If you are interested in checking any of this out, you can go to my website. I'll put the link in the comments. If you are interested in becoming a Club Couture member this month so that you can get this transfer, I will put the link for that in the comments as well. Feel free to ask any questions that you want. I'll go back through comments and I'll answer them, or you can message me directly and I'd love to answer your questions. So I hope to see you again here live, and have a really good afternoon, you guys.